Welcome, everybody. We're going to get this one started quite quickly as there's a lot of ground to cover. Just going to unmute all of our speakers, welcome them, and we are going to kick it off. Feel free to raise your hand as team members, and I have a list in front of me as
well. Nice to be here. Hi, Mr. Monopoly. How are we doing?
Doing well, thank you. Happy to have you. Correct me if I'm wrong. Whitaker is how I address you, or is it Whittaker?
Whitaker's fine, mate. Yeah.
All right, awesome. With my American accent.
Yeah. I'm used to it, don't worry.
All right, awesome sauce. All right, I see we still need Jason.
Yeah, I'm here. Pleasure to be here. Thank you, Mr. Monopoly.
Yes, sir. Happy to have you. Cryptoman is also part of the group.
No, he's a holder. There's just myself and Jason this evening.
All right. Please forgive me, Cryptoman. I'll be muting you, but you will have a chance to speak towards the end. Okay, so we're good to go. Awesome. All right, so let's dive right in. We already have the recording going. Usually I like to give a little bit for any stragglers to come in, but like I said, it's being recorded. And this was a doozy of information to get through. So happy to have everybody here. You know me, you love me. Mr. Monopoly hosting another Circle of Trust AMA. So for any new listeners in here, either right now or listening to the recording, quite the parameters the Circle of Trust has. So this team has been vetted, and it is quite the private group. It's very involved throughout the bear market and especially during the bull market of crypto. So we are happy to have you guys, and I want to get it kicked right off. So usually we go with a brief intro and your reasoning of how long and why you've been in crypto. But let's focus more on this project. So feel free to introduce to both of you. And yeah, just related to the project. Keep it brief, so because I know there's so much information to cover for VSG. So let's get the ball rolling. Who's going first?
So, I'm Jason, co-founder of VSG VSC. I love crypto. There we go.
I love it. Perfect.
Fantastic. I'm Whitaker. I'm the co-founder of VSG and VSC. I also love crypto.
But who loves crypto more is the question. We have a
me.
lot of other questions. That is actually not one of them. All right, well, guys, catch us up. Let me pass it right over to you guys. The whole idea for me is I'll be talking 20% of the time. And for you guys, the whole goal is for you to speak 80% of the time as you have a lot of information to cover. So catch us up with what has happened from your previous launch to now and what's been prepared. Or first, let's get an intro of the project, actually. So I was thinking about this beforehand. Intro of the project, brief overview, a little explanation about the relaunch, and then where we stand now, and then we can get down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, so I'll just a little rundown of what we're doing right now. VSC Vector Smart Chain is a layer 1 solution. VSG is the official native coin for that. Currently, we're deploying that contract tomorrow. We're adding the LP over in Uniswap, so that's going to be going live tomorrow. And once the mainnet is up, we're going to be transferring from Ethereum over to our chain. Currently, we have our public testnet that's up. So we've been deploying some dApps and things on there and setting up some hackathons that are coming up and trying to onboard development and things in that area. We have obviously the gas token. There's a lot of utility that goes behind that. It's because it is the native coin for our layer 1. It's used for every single transaction that goes on chain. The chain is unique in itself. We have some unique mechanisms like a flat rate gas fee. We have interoperability between EVM and Cosmos. So there's a lot of opportunity there for scalability and things. And we're very deeply gearing towards certain sectors, which, aren't in the traditional crypto space, and reaching out to business and infrastructure and going after enterprise and things like that. But we're also very heavily, staying in that traditional DeFi space and having a lot of that traditional trading and investing and things going on with altcoins and meme coins and DeFi platforms and all that kind of fun stuff. So there's going to be a lot of use for the token, and again we're putting that live after a successful rebranding to Vector. That's going live in Uniswap tomorrow.
Absolutely. So is that the call to action for the relaunch? Because I saw it in your white paper as that this was planned of initially launching Ethereum. There's high gas fees. To avoid those in time, you guys will be going into your own chain, VSC, with a flat rate of $4, if I'm right, for gas fees.
Yeah, so as far as the roadmap of the utility and the direction and everything that we've wanted to go and take this project, we've been able to maintain that. Our rebranding is simply because when we started out back in December, our initial goal was to roll out a layer 2 solution that was on Ethereum. Our name at that time was Vitalik Smart Gas, which was kind of an ode to the creator of Ethereum, and because we're layer 2 on that chain and things. And now that we've grown so much over the past several months, and our team's gotten stronger, and we've onboarded some really, really top tier developers that have been in the background building this layer 1 product for us. And now we've become a direct competitor, right? So the rebranding, also through having meetings with different enterprise companies and things like that, it was highly suggested to us that before we proceed with next steps in our mission, that we have all this kind of stuff in place. And I think the timing of everything came along really well too. The markets are, a little right now, kind of all over the place, but in the coming months when we're gearing up to go live with our main net, that's going to be direct in that, that fall run that we're all familiar with. So I think the overall strategy, as far as the rebranding, we've done extremely successful with it. We have some PR and marketing companies that are helping us get the word out there and create visibility and awareness for the new brand. Our new launch tomorrow, we're super excited for. There's a lot of people that are coming in and supporting us with that, and I think that's going to help get some of the new branding and stuff out there. But yeah, as far as the direction of the entire overall project, we were staying on point every step of the way with it.
Okay, awesome. Well, let me just jump right back in because you've inspired a new question. And it should be an easier one to answer. Can you clarify on the reason for rebrands? So before
Yeah,
it was relaunched.
so basically, what I had mentioned previously was that we were a layer 2 solution that we were building out back in early December, earlier in the year. And then with the growth of our team and our capabilities and development, and we were able to put together an entirely different product that's allow us to scale a lot more and reach different sectors that we weren't going to be able to reach with just a simple layer 2. So the move from being layer 2 on Ethereum to being a layer 1, again, we're in direct competition now with Ethereum. A good way to actually look at our project is that you have the opportunity right now to get in on the ground floor of something that is very, very comparable to an end product like these other top layer 1s that are out there, and these opportunities don't really come around a lot.
I think just to add to that as well, you've just asked about why do we change the name, it's because we're now a direct competitor of Ethereum. We can't brand ourselves and be taken seriously if we have the Ethereum dev's first name, right? So Vitalik Smart Gas he just would have put up too many barriers later down the line. The bigger we got, if we got any sort of traction, it could have caused, legal problems or whatever else. So it was time to create our own identity, and Vector is certainly the one.
Okay, I got you. That makes more sense. Okay, so the reason for rebrand was to stand out as a competitor and not as, an alignment to Ethereum. And now you guys are competing against Vitalik. And the reason for relaunch was the transition from previously being a layer two blockchain. Now you guys got new devs, new possibilities. And you're going more for layer one, just to summarize.
Pretty much.
Okay, awesome. Sweet. Yeah, just so you know, I'll probably do that a couple times to be in line with the notes that I'm making. And it helps clarify with everyone. Everybody has ADHD now, not just myself.
Yeah, they really do. So like clarity is, a lost hidden talent sometimes, especially in this space.
Especially in this space, yeah. It's just madness.
Yeah, you may say clarity is a diamond in the rough in this space. So I'm with you. So on that note, in the call for clarity, another thought I had is as we're still in the intro phase. So maybe you guys can outline firstly the VSG utilities that are live, and stick to what's live. And then the VSC utilities that are live on launch. And then we'll go into what to be expected from the growing VSG utilities and the growing VSC utilities going forward.
Yeah, so as far as the current utilities of the token, we do have some different alpha groups. There's some whale groups where if you're holding a certain percentage, you get access to those channels. Those channels get information and things like that, and direct contact with us on a regular basis. And we're leading up to again launching our main net, which is like the main utility for the token, right? So like right now, really the token phase is in accumulation period where people are going to be wanting to accumulate, understanding that with a multitude of projects that are going to be deployed on the chain, that there's opportunities pretty much in every corner, for either buying into projects, investing in projects, investing in companies, or yield farming platforms that are going to be existing, and all kinds of stuff, and we have a burn mechanism where we have $1 of every transaction that's on chain goes to burning the token. So because we have that flat rate gas fee, we're able to allot that. It goes to an Oracle pool and gets put onto that chart. So it is a hyper deflationary model that we have also. We do previously have some staking opportunities and things like that. That was more so while we were in the developmental phase. Now that we have a product and people are able to come and participate and start playing around on our test net, the staking opportunities for now are ceased. But I do know that there is going to be some cool stuff coming up with some interactions that are going to be going on with a few of the hackathons that we have lined up. So there's going to be, some opportunities there to utilize our testnet tokens and get some possible reward out of that through the different projects that are deploying. But yeah, the real utility for VSG is built right into the mainnet. It is every aspect of the ecosystem. Once that chain's running, the fees that we're generating go to support the chain development and maintenance, marketing, upkeeping, and all that kind of stuff, and the corporate structure. But we also have like a large portion that goes to rewarding people that have helped us get to this point. And that's our holders and our NFT holders. And we have some models set up with those as well that, are extremely rewarding and beneficial. So it's all, a lot of faith that our holders have had since back when we started in December. We have a strong community that we've been building up over time. A lot of them really understand what it is that we're building and putting together, and strongly support it. And we just show up and build, you know.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, do I have you actually? So what if I got to write that VSG's utility is directly interlinked into the chain for this rebrand? So as far as what is live at launch, like so I'm saying, and my title is current VSG and VSC utilities as a hyper deflationary blockchain with your $1 burn rate per transaction and a flat rate gas fee. Is there anything else that will be live at launch, like on the day of launch?
So on the day of so there's two different launch dates, I guess you could say. There's the DEX launch that's going off tomorrow, which is basically the contract. We're adding the LP back and coming out with the new branded vector, and continuing our roadmap towards launching that mainnet, which is when the utility actually activates for the coin. So in between, like I said, it's more of an accumulation period. But we are at that position where now we have that public testnet up and running. We're deploying dApps and contracts on there. We're setting up these hackathons to start getting going. So, we're looking more so at the end game with finishing up this last leg and getting to that mainnet phase. So it's super exciting for us and for like our community.
Okay, I think
Yeah,
that clarifies it. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Whitaker.
just to add to that, I mean, what you've got to understand is when you obviously from an investor's point of view, my background's from investing institutional and everything else, so I'll just lay it out a little bit. As from a prospective investor, you've got to understand the job that you have is to get down low before it kicks off, right? And that's the whole point. And the opportunity you've got here is we've got a fully built out L1, right? It's very, very close to being completed and ready to go to mainnet. And when Jason's on about accumulation phases, when we launch that DEX tomorrow, that's your chance to get into an L1 that's not currently launched before all the liquidity ads come, but before all the tokens that are going to come and launch on the L1. It's like getting in Ethereum before the Ethereum mainnet, right? You've got to understand it's like I'm not saying obviously we're going to be as big as Ethereum straight away and everything else, but we're here to work. We have the contacts, we have the will to get where we need to get to send the blockchain to where it needs to go. So you've got to understand it's all about getting in before everyone else gets in, and the opportunity tomorrow is that exact opportunity, right? And when the mainnet goes live, that's when everything starts to come. That's when all the developments start to get released. That's when all the PR starts to go out. We're going to be marketing the token all the way up until mainnet. But for us, as soon as mainnet's live, in our mind, that's when the work begins. The work begins building that chain out to the best chain that we can possibly do. And the fact that it's got two unique selling aspects, it's very easy for us to explode pretty quickly, right? We've got 3 different sectors that we can look at. It's not just for DeFi. We've got the enterprise space. We've got the music and entertainment space that we're going to be exploring. So, it gives someone the opportunity looking in, a fantastic outset on their investment. We're not a meme token. We're a full set L1. So, I just thought I'd add to that.
Absolutely, super handy. So to clarify what we just went over, especially for utility holders, what we're looking at is VSG is going live without any utility out yet, but there are a lot of points of contention, not contention, but points of proof of work. This is basically a live early seed investor round before VSC comes into fruition. which all that information is listed on your website and white paper. So yeah, but you're saying there will be some marketing there, but the real push comes when VSC is live. I'm sorry, I thought I got it, but then I think I reiterated it. Sorry, if you can reiterate.
That's
So tomorrow
that's
VSG,
pretty
how
much
long
it.
can we wait until VSC, until the mainnet comes out? What's the time, a rough timeline for that? And sorry, go ahead, criminal drip.
Yeah, just you reiterated it just fine. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. The main net, we've never given a solid date as to when it's going to be ready. We believe we would rather, be early than be late. So we keep that kind of fluid. Right now, we're gearing up. We have some strategies that are going on in the background with the public testnet and orchestrating these hackathons. We believe that the onboarding of the development onto the testnet and then migrating projects over to the mainnet is going to be the most efficient way to gain as many users at launch as possible. So we're really gearing that up right now. The token launch, we kind of just got to push through this. Like I said, there's so many people coming to support that. So, I have high expectations there. We have marketing strategies and people in place that are going to be, again, going and pushing the token up until the mainnet's ready. But yeah, we're not far. I could say like we're closer than we've ever been, without giving a solid timeline. But we are going to be having a lot of really fun, exciting stuff that everybody's going to be aware of and be able to come and participate and stuff, and try to build up that excitement for the chain before going live. Like we could hit the button really, at any time. But that's not going to benefit our ecosystem. It's not going to benefit our holders. We have to stick with the strategies and the plans that we have in place because, they're there for that purpose.
And you've got to also add to the fact. I mean, the chain, we always ask for percentages from the developers in the background, and they're stating at the moment we're at 99%, pretty much there. But the thing is, just because we're at 99% doesn't mean that we'll just press the button on mainnet. It needs to be perfect, right? So that's why we're heavily investing our time right now in public testnet. The more users that come on and use public testnet, the more we can get the data from it to understand what we need to change or what needs to be updated or whatever else. So it's not just about buying the token tomorrow. It's about coming and joining in and joining in the journey of a brand new L1 birth. There's tons and tons of stuff for us, what we're doing. But I mean, it's also down to the fact that we understand timing in crypto is literally key. And, the way the market is right now, we all know from previous bull runs and everything else, we all know that there's a key time at the end of September and October. And if we get this right signals and we're completely ready with testnet and everything else, then, we'll look at pushing the button then. But like I say, we as a team, we would make the wrong decision to give out a date. Because the thing is with crypto, as soon as you give a date and you miss it, all confidence is gone. So, we understand this and that's the reason why we won't give out a solid date. But, there's plenty for the community to come and look at, touch, feel, use, and everything else. It's a proper investment that you've been making straight into an L1. We're a pretty friendly community. Like I say, we've been around since December. There's not many projects that I know that launched around the time we did that are still here. So it shows, growth. It shows that the development team's committed. Both me and Jason started this back in December. There was just myself and Jason. Now we've got a development team of nearly 15 in the back. So, it's not just us guys. There's a lot of us working. A lot of us have different roles. It's a big thing coming, guys.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. I definitely help clarify it. But I still want to ask the question that I wanted to ask just for that sake of clarification. Um, so I mean, I hear you guys, and I honestly I do that on every AMA I do. It was a bit of a bait. I'm a dev myself, or I was a dev myself. I'd be chilling now. But yeah, there you can never really give a specific date unless it's for hyping up that marketing for that date. So good answers all the way. But let me ask you a question from a trader's point of view. And you guys touched on it, but I want to give you guys the chance for the here it is right here, super clear. So it sounds similar. This is the trader's point of view, right? Everything sounds similar to what V1 was, the original, which was, launch and then build up for your layer two blockchain. Then that changed to now launch and then build up to your layer one blockchain. Now you touched on it a bit with a bigger dev team, obviously with your own experiences too. But can you kind of clarify? And I think I'm going to move past the relaunch stuff after this. But can you clarify what the difference is a bit more specifically from what happened then to what's going to be happening now for speed and also that success of the blockchain is live and everything comes into fruition?
Well, I think we've got a bit of misconfused information. We had the L1 while we was Vitalik Smart Gas. We actually changed over from developing the L2, I think back in January time. Maybe I might be corrected there, Jason, but and we started creating the L1. We've only decided later down to rebrand because of certain developments in the back. And it means that there's certain opportunities that we have that we wouldn't want to be using that name. So because those opportunities have come along, that's the reason why we decided to rebrand. We haven't just flipped. It was just a case of new developers came in, they looked at what we'd already developed and went, you can actually do this. We can actually build that. So we upgraded what we was building previously.
And I think just to add to that, a little bit of it also is that the development side is coming to that final phase. So the necessity to go through, like we planned on rebranding originally when we switched from the layer 2 to layer 1, but you get kind of busy. You as a developer background, sometimes you do the ostrich and stick your head in and just get at it. So the whole rebranding thing is like I said earlier, like it's such a good time for it to actually come and us be able to manage everything now, especially with the team that we have on board and the new marketing partners and things like that. We could have done it earlier, but we wouldn't have had those people helping us. We wouldn't be able to get the reach out and create the awareness, I think, that we're going to be able to do by doing it now. So yeah, it's very, very transitional. We're gearing up towards the thing that we've all been waiting for so long, so it's like it's one of those like kind of milestone moments, I think.
Jason Whitaker, I love it. Awesome. And I have to apologize to you guys. I know this is like I'm being a stickler and you guys have gone over these answers over and over again, but I'm doing them for the listeners because with the relaunch, these are all points of contention for them, and then want them answered. And you can just say, look, listen to Circle of Trust's first 30 minutes, and everything's pretty much cleared up. So, with that being said, I'd love to move forward into the now. Stop looking on the past. But before we do that, what the listeners are waiting for them to invest tomorrow, I'm sure they want to hear about your distribution process to your previous holders, to the token holders. What does that look like?
Yeah, so we actually just went through and did all the setup for that for tomorrow. The token holders, our previous holders, are getting a 1-to-1 airdrop. We are adding a little additional liquidity to the pool. So there's going to be, a little bit added value there. But yeah, it's not like you had a token before and now you have half a one. It's straight up 1-to-1. The launch price is adjusted, so it's actually a little higher than when we started pulling the liquidity. It's funny because Whitaker mentioned in another AMA we were in earlier, and I kind of forgot about it. It's like when we told our community that this was our plan and this is what we were doing, and that we gave them all a heads up, and we're pulling the liquidity in a few days, the chart actually started going up. Like we had an increase in volume. People were buying it more so when you would expect kind of the opposite result. I think a lot of communities would have if they made that type of announcement. So putting a little bit extra in that pot and putting the price a little bit higher is again for the community benefit and to show like we do and we say what we do.
Just to add to that, just for you critical figures people out there, we give the community 8 days, I think it was, to decide what they wanted to do. When we give that announcement, we was at a 5.5 million market cap. When we got to the liquidity pull on the 12th, we was at a 7.3 million market cap with a higher volume. So, what you've got to understand with this kind of thing is those guys that have done that and been around since December, they fully understand this project, right? They're fully invested in this project. They trust us as the development team. And, all they want from tomorrow is for us to absolutely moon. And to be honest, we know of that we've spoke to in back channels with obviously as Wales and everything else. We know of at least 50 ETH that they want to chuck on top. So, we know there's going to be quite a lot of buy pressure tomorrow. We've marketed this launch pretty well. And, once it actually goes, we've got some marketing partnerships that are going to come out. We've got a full PR partnership with a Web2 company as well. We're not going to just be dropping a few, articles here and there. It's going to be a weekly, daily, monthly basis. We just to also put this out there for everyone. VSG started back in December at 250k. Its all-time high from our marketing skills went to 39 million. We never used one KOL. So we are pretty well averse to marketing. We know what we're doing when it comes to marketing, and tomorrow's launch will be zero difference.
Well, hey, awesome. You guys are saying everything I like to hear. I am not going to lie to you. I definitely withheld some information there because that last question about the past was a two-parter. And you guys have me intrigued on the next answers here. And also bear in mind, I do have questions about marketing going forward. The goals that I have here is clarification to the community, but also giving you guys the spotlight to gas yourselves up. So we've been in clarification and transparency the whole way through, and you guys just hit the nail on the head. Since December, transparency, volume went up. Members are in there, members are dumping, but you have members that are doubling their bags, tripling their bags as opportunities for the relaunch to have a better position, especially with you adding extra LP. They're going to be in love with you guys, super happy. And that is what leads me to my next question. So we talked about your distribution to previous holders. Now I want to ask for your incentives that you're giving those previous holders to hold on launch day or in the whole run of the project. So for not incentive for the new holders, but the previous holders specifically.
Yeah, so they've had time to accumulate and get as much tokens as they're comfortable. We have already had a successful pre-sale for a project that's going to be launching on chain. That went off. A smaller type project did very well, got really good response. Our holders are contributing VSG tokens to these projects. We do have a few really cool ones scheduled that are coming up for pre-sale launches. So we're giving opportunities to participate in things that are going to be upcoming on the mainnet launch. We did used to have a staking platform. It was extremely rewarding. So much so that, you know, at some point we do have to say, you know, we're not made of money. The returns were great for our early investors. For several months, they were able to claim off of our staking DApp. Once the chain's live, there's going to be some more yield farming and things that are going to be available. But yeah, the incentive to hold is basically the product that we're creating, right? And uh, the kinds of projects that we've been onboarding, our community's been able to see, and you know, it gives us a lot of credibility. There's a lot coming down the line, you know, that nobody's actually aware of yet. That once we get this launch and things out of the way, we can, you know, shift gears and start again moving towards that marketing strategy, which is involves some of that rollout. So there's going to be a lot of new things that are going to be coming up in our community and in our ecosystem pretty much on a regular basis over the next few months while we gear up to this mainnet.
Awesome. Whitaker, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said previously, my background is from institutional trading and trader mentality, and there's only a few reasons why people sell, right? And generally, it's, you know, they're in profit or whatever else. They're there for, you know, a 2x or whatever. But, you know, this is not a meme token. This is not something that is going to pump one day and then drop the other. This is a long-term project. So, you know, we're looking for long-term investors, people who see the vision and see the hard work that's been put into this. And that's the reason why the holders that we've currently got are holding and have been holding since December. Bearing in mind, we're going to be launching at an 8 million market cap. We've already been up to 39 million. And to be fair, from the wallets and everything that we know of, which we have a team in the back that we can tell where they're from, pre-sale and everything else. Most of the pre-sale wallets are still there. All the whales are still there. So, and they didn't sell at 39 million. So, you know, there's no reason why the current holders, unless we give them a reason to sell, which we won't do. We're, you know, providing information constantly. We're a very transparent team. We constantly strive for excellence. And that's just due to the work ethic that we've got, both myself, Jason, and the rest of the guys in the back. We turn up every day. We have meetings every day. We're not running this like a crypto project. We're running it like a crypto business, because that's exactly what it is. So we're doing it from a business mindset, not a let's see how much we can milk out of this. That's the reason why VSC will become something that's huge.
Yeah, I was gonna say, me and Whitaker are both not these other types of, you know, projects that are kind of money hungry, or, you know, will go and shave off of the charts, and like we've been building and doing this for such a long time, you know, and it's not about the money for us. For us, it's about building the product. It's about onboarding people into the crypto space. It's about teaching them, you know, and giving them a safe environment to be able to trade in, to be able to interact in. You know, the community to us is extremely important. It's what's got us to the point that we got to. Without their support, we wouldn't have been able to push through all this developmental stage and continue, you know. So for us, it's more like a mission or a vision, more so than, you know, like we're out here to like get $1 billion market cap and, you know, make a huge fat bag and buy a yacht and a Lambo. Like we're been in this crypto space long enough, you know, and I think we're both okay with our lifestyles and like what we have and what we do. And we're more concerned on, you know, building a really solid product that's gonna make the space more enjoyable.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Time and patience, you know, it equals trust and transparency. Trust and transparency builds up to stability into your chart and your community's confidence. And you guys have just said that in your
Can I just add one more thing to that? Can I just add one more thing?
For sure.
You know, this space that we're all in, we love it, right? And if we don't look after it, it's not going to grow. And I think that's what we're alluding to, right? We have to love the space and let it grow. You know, there's a lot of shit that goes off around crypto, DeFi, and everything else. And, you know, we want to make it better. We want to get public adoption. And if we don't, you know, be transparent and trustworthy and everything else, then we're never going to get there, right? And you know, that's something that I don't want to see. I want to see crypto come to the masses and everything else. And that's what VSC stands for between myself and Jason. We want to make something that is transparent and something that's going to grow, that's going to be a great place to trade on, to do business with, and everything else. So, you know, that's our outset, really.
For sure. We're in the product development phase, and you guys have been here before with that being out. And it seems like your community is extremely satisfied with, you know, the steps that you guys have taken piece by piece to build it up from such a low starting market cap to such an extremely high ATH. So yeah, no, I like it. I mean, that's exactly what we touched on in the beginning. You know, see it as this early investment, and you guys have a proof of work, a success rate as well in the past. So yeah, awesome. So like to reiterate, right? Not everything we've gone through, but those last 2 points, because now we're going through like a different phase, is what I was looking at. So as far as distribution to previous holders, you guys are doing a one-to-one airdrop, but you guys are also adding extra liquidity to the pool. So again, to that point of the happiness that you're providing to your previous holders, which is a great sign for new holders and what they're going to be expecting. Not necessarily extra liquidity added every day, but you know, they're expecting everything we just talked about, that trust, transparency, patient, you guys building it up step by step. And the incentive for previous holders to hold is the product creation that's going to be coming. You already had a layer one before, so I get messed up on the layer one, number two. Yeah, so layer two was before, and now you're having a layer one, so it only gets better from there. I touched on this a second ago. Started at 250K market cap in your last launch. Then you went all the way up to 39 million. So again, another rule of thumb for new holders to come in. And also new surprise marketing concepts being rolled out along with the old successful marketing concepts that brought you to that ATH. And also promising a long-term vision that's extremely detailed if nobody has seen the white paper yet. So yeah, what we did right now from here to point is because it's relaunch and there's so much contention with investors on day one with relaunch or week one or month one. You guys have tackled a lot of this fear, uncertainty, and doubt that a lot of these people have, and now have turned it into your strength. So that's what we've done up into this phase. So now we can truly move forward.
Let's go.
Awesome sauce. You guys are killing it. So I'll throw an easier one. Which I just don't see listed. If you can tell the community that's listening here and anybody's listening afterwards, what launch tokenomics we should be expecting tomorrow. Launch tokenomics.
Yeah, I'll let Whitaker take that one. He's the the numbers man. I'm the keyboard holder.
It's a 10 billion supply. Basically, there is 28% that is for the chain itself. There is 26% that is for further development, exchanges, and such like.
Okay, gotcha. And taxation that we will be expecting. I'm kind of hinting on anti-snipe strategies. I obviously don't share too much of your anti-snipe, but you know, for the people that are transparent for when they're safe.
It's a 0-0 tax basically, but obviously we will be trying to wreck the snipers. So don't try and mess with it because it will be sorted. So there will be a fluctuation of taxes at the beginning.
Gotcha. Okay, last question on that. Is that going to be for a long period, short period? Are you comfortable saying a time of
I'm not gonna allude to how long it'll be a very short period. Of course, we want to get to the point where we was 0-0 tax and everything else. But like I say, we've played these launch games before. So we'll play a strategy and we won last time, so we'll win again.
I love it. Whitaker, well said. Smartly done. I can tell you have done not this once before, but many, many times before. Awesome. I would do the same route. All right, so next question. That one was just a quick one, and I think you answered it quite well. 10 bill supply, 28% reserved for the chain, 26% reserved for developments as far as tokens. Well, and then it will be 0-0 going forward when the limits are released. No max bag, I'm assuming as well.
No max bag now.
Okay, awesome. We talked about, wait, did we? Did I ask you guys about? No, I did not. Okay, no, we touched on it. What can we expect? Now, I know this is like normally for, your memeier projects that promise the world. You guys have promised the world and delivered the world, and now we're doing it again. So the question I have, it should be quite easier, and I mean, you can touch on some of the thoughts you have. This kind of goes back into the holders that are not previous holders of wanting to get into launch day. So launch day marketing plans. So that first 24 hours, what do you have planned to, if you have holders that dip, if the chart tanks, what do you have to recover, stabilize, to spread awareness? That's the day where you can get a lot of holders in. Can you share some of the plans for marketing for that day?
All of it.
All of it.
Tomorrow,
All of it.
we're literally going balls to the wall.
Yeah.
You're gonna recognize a lot of the people that are out there and will be helping give us a push. We have our PR company has some news dissemination and things that are going on in the background. The trendings and all the usual things, and I think our goal tomorrow is to generate as much volume as possible and get us up on those DEX trends and things like that, and go from there. Like Whitaker said, like we kind of know what we're doing, when it comes to giving that marketing push, when it comes to a launch. So we're putting everything into this one. Yeah.
We tend to have a strategy. Obviously, we're not going to discuss exact strategies, but it alludes to what we said about the chain, right? All this marketing is all about timing, right? It's all about timing and how you combine them together for you to get the next push. This is where a lot of projects they fail a little bit because they don't understand that you need to put things together at the right time to get that correct push upwards, because trending platforms and everything else, they all work on certain ways of doing it. So, we're not worried about dips. We've been through lots and lots of dips, and we know how to recover from them. We know where we need to get new investors from. And we also know when to stop marketing to allow it to breathe. Do you not understand what I'm saying? So it's not a case of straight up. It's a case of creating that nice ladder and floor. And we've got plenty of different levels of marketing that we can apply, like we did the last time, that will keep those floors rising. It just happens to be this time we're starting at a more healthier market cap with a nice fat liquidity. It's going to give us the opportunity to build those floors extremely strong.
Whoa, forget about adopting new strategies. Can you guys adopt me into your household? Well said. Absolutely. Like from my mouth. Yeah, absolutely. No, but I'm sorry. I was talking more on like a flex time for you. And obviously not to share too much, but like not like everything. But you mentioned PR company. A nice way of saying is like we have a PR company already signed. They're ready to begin work on day one. Obviously, they're long-term focused or trending. That's a loose one. Are we talking about bot trending? Are we talking about DEX screener trending? But are we talking DEX tools trending on day one? Are we talking CMC,
What you've
CG?
got to understand is like it all depends on the buy pressure at the time. So we know how to get DEX tools trending organically. We know how to get DEX screener trending organically and everything else, and we'll push it into a certain way to achieve that. The standard thing of like ETH trending and everything else. They're just standard things, but you've got KOLs, you've got different trending platforms. We've got PR. The PR company, we've already got a partnership with them. That's been set in stone now for about 2 weeks, I think it is. They've not really done so much at the minute because they've been preparing for this launch. So all that's going to come out. But the PR, just to like stand on that a little bit, the PR side of things and the Web2 marketing of the release of the articles and the news wires and everything else, we're not going to be doing what your regular crypto project does and just does a blast of 400 articles that go out once. It's going to be a daily, weekly and monthly event, right? So everything that happens in VSG and VSC, it'll be documented and it'll be put out to the newswires, right? We need to start and build a brand. And we understand brand building means that we need to be catching people's eye on a regular basis. If you see VSG once, you may pass it. You see it twice, you might notice it a little bit. You see it for the third time, you'll be like, I keep seeing this. What is it? Then you start to look in. So it's about, we're not just trying to sell as token. That's for what memes do, right? We're trying to build a chain. And for us to build a chain, we don't just need investors, we need developers. So we need to be out there constantly. So that's the reason why we've adopted a Web2 and Web3 marketing companies. And the marketing is not just going to be for day one, it's going to be constant. We have to push the name out constantly, and that's what we will do.
Okay, awesome. Well said. You definitely just went over the three rule of marketing, where they don't see it the first time, second time, third time. So did you study marketing, both you guys?
My side has always been sales, understanding people's mindsets, why people buy things, why people don't buy things. That's been from my background, yeah.
And I have a marketing background. I've had two digital marketing agencies actually. Worked a lot in the entertainment space, which also alludes to the reason why there's a large focus with us with onboarding projects in the entertainment space and utilizing our dApps on chain as a delivery method for different types of media platforms.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, my background in sales and marketing as well. It's just I've noticed certain ways of answering the questions are, exactly how I have done and would do. So hats off to you guys. Kudos. So that's launch day marketing. And you guys don't want a list, so I won't even reiterate, but I do have it in my notes. But okay, so this is something I think you'll be more comfortable with, especially with utility rollout, which is the question after this, just to give you guys the full picture. But so we went from launch day marketing, aka short-term marketing. Now with you, Jason, you study marketing. We know what's next is long-term marketing. What do you guys have planned? You mentioned hackathon. Should we start there?
Yeah, that's part of our long-term growth strategy, but it's also part of our short-term onboarding plan to build up that excitement for the product that we've put together. So these hackathons, it's going to give us something to push. There's because we're in so many different kinds of areas. Again, going back to the entertainment, there's IPs and things that we have on board. There's some gamify projects, NFT projects and things with, a lot of really unique content and characteristic to them that are going to be identifiable by like wide selection of people, So we're trying to also on the on-chain development side put together, things that are seamless and not so much that somebody would recognize it as a crypto or a DeFi project or a product, but something like maybe they're just coming and listening to music on, with different types of earning strategies and things like that we can implement into our wallets and into our dApps and things. So we're trying to go all kinds of different areas when it comes to our long-term marketing plan. There's a cartoon project we've invested in. So we have some character development in that project. There's some celebrities that are attached to that. They're looking to do a feature-length film. If these things all kind of come together, then it's like now we have some brand visibility and identity in a children's program that when they're talking about blockchain or Web3, that it's our brand and our name that's being recognized, right? So our strategy goes even from this just the short term, like doing AMAs and things and trying to touch investors one on one, but also reaching out over that long term period and tapping into, you know, that younger generation, tapping into the people that aren't onboarded into crypto, you know, giving them opportunities to use some sort of product that's going to bring them in and maybe slowly get them into the space, or, you know, even just get them active on chain without even knowing it, utilizing a phone app or whatever the case is, you know. So there's all kinds of strategies that we have built around that kind of stuff. And then again, the traditional Web 2 and Web 3 marketing, and just, you know, being out there. I think every day, the most the beneficial marketing that I ever do is when I'm having like one-on-one conversations with like random people in the street, you know.
Like word of mouth, I gotcha. We hear like shadow shilling or soft shilling through the network in the background. Whitaker,
We'll
anything to add?
we'll shill them all. We'll literally shill until we're dead. Literally, that's it. We'll not,
True
both
Hogan.
myself and Jason will not stop until everyone in the crypto space and your local shop knows what VSG is. Trust me.
So I have hackathons, a cartoon project collaboration with a potential celebrity endorsement, Web 2 and Web 3 marketing. Do you want me to add in there, shill till I die?
Yeah, why not?
All right, it's in my notes. You asked for it.
Yeah, we do have a
Anything else
race.
you guys want to add?
We do have a race car as well that's sponsored up with VSG Crypto. I just thought I'd add that. We've not said that yet, but we do sponsor a particular race driver.
Like
And
a wrap or an ad on his
yeah,
race?
car's fully wrapped, VSG Crypto on the side. Yeah, it's quite a loud wrap as well, to be fair.
Okay. Are you able to disclose what type of race event we're talking about? Not event, but you know, I don't know the
Yeah,
names.
if you join the VSG Telegram, it's all in there. There's a full section you can go and have a look.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
cool.
actually broadcast the races live. You can watch them online. It's really
Oh,
cool.
awesome. Nice.
Proper
Okay,
hero
cool.
as well.
Okay, cool. Do you think we've touched on everything? I know you guys have mentioned stuff in the past before the long-term or short-term marketing segment. Do you want to add anything, or do you want me to reiterate the things you've said that I have noted, or you rather it how should I say innocuous like it was in the past?
Yeah, I would say, you know, we can just move on to whatever next point. As far as marketing goes, it's endless. It's always ongoing. It's always going to evolve. We're always going to be doing more. If we see any type of place, you know, where we can try to put ourselves in front of, or get ourselves a meeting with, or talk to people, you know, where we're out there, we're doing it. That's pretty much the strategy, you know. But yeah, it's something that we're passionate about, so it's not like a chore for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I also get it in the sense of I really think what you guys were saying, and I might have touched on this earlier, is that the product speaks for itself, but you're saying that without saying it, which makes it extra bullish.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, your wish has been granted. Next up, so let's talk about VSG in the future. So we went from marketing as far as like the hype of exposure, but let's go into the hype of utility development. I mean, I don't know if you guys know the order yet, but I figured we could start at staking. That staking was there in the past. Holders seem to love it. Do you think you'll be integrating staking first as the next rollout alongside the chain, the VSC? Roll on as well.
Yeah, I can say we aren't probably gonna roll it out ourselves, but I imagine there'll be a third party developer that is gonna come in with some pretty based yield farm platform and give our holders opportunity to, you know, earn some additional rewards in that sense. We do have a bunch of our own apps coming, myself also from, you know, that digital marketing background and marketing background. I'm a domain hoarder as well. So I do own quite a lot of crypto related domains and platforms, and I run exchanges outside of this project. I have my own exchange platforms and different types of things. All of these things that I built over time, that people I'm connected with that are also developers and things, we're all looking to put our products out on this chain, right? So we do have a bunch of in-house dApps as well. We already got our DEX deployed on the testnet. More recently, last night, we got our IDO platform up on there with a token locker. There's a yield farming, platform that's coming. We have, again, several websites and things that are just crypto-based, like blockchain list .app, where you can go and get blockchain information and RPCs and all that kind of stuff at our testnet. There's just every day pretty much for the next few months, we're going to be rolling out platform after platform. And again, gearing up towards that onboarding of the on-chain development and those hackathons and things that are coming up. But we want to make sure that, there's certain tools and things that everybody uses in the DeFi space. We're going to have our own version of each one and try to make those the most featured through our dApp browsers and through our wallets and things like that. And that's going to allow us, to kind of keep that growth by utilizing our products. We can leverage the types of fees that we're generating, offer different types of reward structures with those mechanisms, and do a lot of different things, but yeah, it's cool. We just love building, man. Like, anytime you get to like deploy something and then you see it like there on the screen, like it's like cool shit, right?
100%. 100%. Before I move on, I have to ask. So, Jason, you mentioned hackathon. I in my head count like 6 times. I have to ask just directly. Uh, do you want to tell us more specifically what you guys plan on doing in the hackathon, or if there's like a string of hackathons you're already signed up to? I feel like you guys are competing.
You know
For
what it
some.
is? It's because we have these team meetings in the background. So like today, I think this is my third AMA, and I've had a couple different team meetings, and the hackathon has come up, I think, several times in these different meetings today. So it might be that it's just a turning point in my head today. But it is something, that we're excited to get off the ground. It took us a long time.
We did have a nearly a 2-hour meeting about an hackathon earlier. I think that's probably why it keeps on.
Yeah, it's taken us a long time, right? Well, I guess some people would consider it like a short period, but for us, it feels like a lifetime. To get to the point where we could launch a public test net. So to be able to have that operating, for the past week or so, we've been kind of just doing wallet transfers and different types of things and aggregating some of the data that we needed to get. And then now we're looking at opening that up for onboarding, right? So for us, it's a huge step for us to be able to go from concept to a usable product that now we're going to be able to test and get aggregate that data and go through and make sure everything's working smooth and how's it supposed to, so yeah, it's right there on the tip, because it's the next thing that's going to be taking place.
Okay, I love it. That was what my internship was for marketing and hackathons in Dallas with Mark Cuban there and stuff. So I know the impact they can have. Like, I mean, they're the millennial Shark Tank, I'd say. So yeah, cool, awesome. And I'd say that's part of the midterm to long-term strategy growth for you guys. And obviously, as a crypto innovator, you already stand out in the crowd. Okay. So VSG in the future, utility rollout, third-party developer staking, yields farming, blockchain testnet aid to members, and new reward structures. Did I get it all, or did I miss something for the near future?
I'm sure I probably missed, like 10 or 20 different points, but yeah, no matter what it is, it's all bullish, I think.
Yeah, it's super bullish. Super hella bullish is what.
Hella, yeah,
It's fucking
yeah,
hella bullish, right?
one, you gotta give him one.
For sure, yes.
I'll just post the voice note. If someone wants to post the voice note in here, I'm sure they can all listen to it at their own discretion.
Yeah, we're definitely making t-shirts with that on it.
Okay, we got insider jokes. All right. I don't feel excluded at all.
I'm
You know
I'm
what?
sure if you look at the chat, someone will put it in very shortly.
Yeah, no one's ever excluded. Like, you just remember VSG portal. We're there pretty much 24/7. If you want all the insider jokes, that's the place to go and find out what the hell it's all about.
All right,
Absolutely.
wonderful. Okay, cool. So I got some of the midterm, and I'm assuming for long term we're talking you're lending, borrowing for without the need for traditional intermediaries, and your DAO. Is that correct? These would be more of the longer term goals after everything's established.
Yeah, our longer term goals are there's a lot of different ones that we have that run parallel to each other, depending on which sector or which area that they're in as far as our development goes. We're really gearing in towards that DPIN and enterprise space and RWAs and things like that. Our second biggest sector is the entertainment industry, and utilizing our platform as a delivery method for different partnerships that we have in place with some really, really recognizable companies. And then, we have that whole traditional crypto DeFi space where we all come from, and that's why we're all here. And even sitting in this AMA today, because this is what we do. We're on Telegram, we're buying and selling crypto, and we're trading, and we're doing our due diligence and our research, and so it's just our day-to-day routine, really.
I love it. Okay, awesome. My notes are 2 page full, and I think for myself I got everything. Um, But more importantly, do you guys want to add anything else that I may have missed, or do you think we covered it all that you're willing to share? Is what I mean.
I mean, we've got a full NFT collection out there where it's a royalty based NFT. It's kind of like the key to the gateway in a sense. Lots of bullish things about that about the NFTs. If you want to learn more about those, then please come into the chat. We can go into them in detail. It does take quite a long time to explain them in full. But just a short story on them is that every transaction that goes off on our chain, the NFT rewarders will get a reward or a royalty, whichever you want to call it. So if anyone wants to find out any more about those, please pop into our Telegram, and we shall divulge all.
This is interesting. Okay, so NFTs are short term, midterm, or long term, you'd say, for my notes specifically.
Once you've bought them, they're yours. You will always collect rewards from them.
But I mean, how long until you guys roll out the NFTs for the people listening? What to look forward to?
Sorry, the NFTs are already live. Unfortunately, the top two tiers are all sold out. We have a diamond, a carbon, a green, and a gold. The diamond and carbons are all sold out. We've got green available and gold available at the moment.
Okay, so the top 2 tiers sold out. Gotcha. Wow, I missed that completely. They're on the website. Are they on the website?
I think so. Are they on the website?
I'm trying to steer away from fault that I missed it.
Too sure, Jason? Are they on the website? I'm sure they.
Yeah, they were. They were. Were until we just were taking down all the links on the website to put up the new links for tomorrow. So tomorrow those links are back up there, but they're available in our Telegram. And then our Telegram.
Breaking up a little bit there. They are available on OpenSea, and like I say, if you want to do some more research on them, by all means, come to the VSG Telegram, and we'll certainly walk you through it.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm not in trouble. They're all trying to get me fired.
Oh, absolutely not, sir. Doing a great
I'm
job.
just kidding. Okay, awesome. So with that, and then Jason, is there anything else you would like to add aside from NFTs that Whitaker added that we may have missed over?
Yeah, no, just the best thing to do if anybody has any questions or anything like that after the AMA is done, or if you're listening to the recording, do come and join us in our community on Telegram. It's the best place to find out anything about what's going on or any upcoming events or things that are happening with the project. Myself and Whitaker are there pretty much, like I said, 24/7. If we're not around, our community members are really supportive and really friendly for people that are coming in, and we're all there to help each other. So there's never a dumb question or anything that you can come in there and ask, unless it's like when marketing or when moon or those kind of questions you're probably not going to get an educated answer to. But yeah, anything to do with the project or things that we have going on, definitely come over there and join us.
All right, awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love a 24 active community. Just to circle back to the NFTs, if I got the notes right, because I just dabbled them in real quick. NFTs are live. The top 2 tiers are sold out. Every transaction on your chain on VSC will result in rewards to NFT holders. I didn't necessarily put a number in there. I don't even know if it's live yet, but I did add in more info in the VSG Telegram. Would you guys agree with that?
Absolutely.
Awesome sauce. The last question I have about those NFTs is, do you want to give one away to any lucky listener besides us 3 or 4?
Absolutely. Why not? Let's give a gold away, shall we?
A gold away. Should we give it to the best question?
Yeah, let's give it to the best question.
Without further ado, let's bring it out to the question rounds. I mean, unless you guys have anything else you'd like to end on. Sorry, I jumped the gun. I got excited.
No. Let's get to these questions. Let's hear what people have got to say.
Wonderful. I brought you guys a bit over, but we had a lot of info, and we got through most of it, I think, with some happy surprises. So feel free to unmute yourself. Nobody's muted. Feel free to come up for any questions. If you're not able and you're a private group, Circle of Trust member, feel free to tag me in the private group and I will read out your username and your question. Lucky winner gets a gold NFT. Passive income.
Yeah, the mint price for those golds is 0.1 ETH. So it's
Is that like $300?
Nice for one of your listeners, for sure.
It's indeed.
Okay, give it to me. I'm just kidding.
They'll all do what we usually do when we literally get to the end of every VC that we do, and we're like, has anyone got any questions? And it's like crickets. No one wants to ask a question.
Yeah, they got to take their time a bit. I thought the same thing. I already have one right here. Do you guys want them to have to say it, or will we have Mad Max up first? Speakers go first. Don't worry, Lee, you're still good.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Just about.
Sorry, man. I'm just at the gym working out, listening to you guys. Just a quick question. As crypto projects evolve and companies evolve, and you got to change, maybe end up changing stuff, and there's normally like fallouts and stuff like that. Like, what sets the team apart, and what mechanisms do you have in place in the event a teammate wants to leave or anything like that?
Mad, I'm really sorry. I couldn't hear much of that, to be fair. your mic's really muffled.
I
Take a
think he
step
was.
back.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying take a step back from the mic. But if you heard him, Jason, go ahead for it.
Yeah. You want me to read again, or is this better?
Yeah, I think he was just alluding to, with other projects in the past that sometimes things come up when teams either start to break down, or the structure in the background maybe put in place, and there's debacles and things like that happen. As far as the way that we've structured everything, we've me and Whitaker are both the co-founders. He's in the UK, I'm in Canada. So the beginning part is that we are very cordial, and we're not in each other's face in an office or in a building, where we gotta put up with each other, and you start to get these pet peeves and resentments, I think, with some of these other companies and things that use that strategy of all stationing somebody in one building or something like that. The way that the company is structured, actually, just the way the business is registered, and again, like Mr. Monopoly alluded to, further down the road, there's opportunities for different governance models and DAOs or things like that we can put in place, to secure things down the road. But yeah, it's always obviously something, that you gotta think for and plan ahead for. But it's definitely something that's manageable, especially with us.
Thanks for that, man.
I'll just
Yes,
add
Matt
to.
Max, I answer your question.
I think I'll just add to that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
as time's gone along, we've got to the core team that we've got now. We have had previous members and everything else, and things haven't worked out. So, we've evolved with it. It's not been any detriment to the project. And I think from both myself's standpoint and Jason's, we've both run businesses, and we both understand as respective opinions, and it's one of those things. Disagreements only tend to happen with people who you just won't budge, right? And me and Jason have never worked like that. I'm probably more the like forceful one out of us, but we work through it, and we change things, and we talk about it, and we work really well. So we've been together now for I think 10 months or whatever. And we've built what we've built in 10 months, and we'll keep striding forward like that.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you for the
Happy
question.
to have you, Max. All right, guys. Next question is from Lee Shawyer. My understanding it is CERTIC audit. He's asking about your audit.
So yeah, how did he know about that?
How did
So he's
people
talking
know?
about, did I miss who audited the L1 and how that went? Sorry, working on a project
Right.
that the rest isn't this.
The L1 itself, we've got to try and break it first. So we're in public testnet, right? So what we're doing right now is we're uploading, launching everything that needs to be on there. Once it's all on there, we will have a particular company in that will come in and try and break it. Once they've found the problems and everything else, then we will have it audited. We've got a team member that has connections into government-based audit companies. So once we've got to that point, they will come in and they'll do the full certified audit on the L1. I think maybe what he's alluding to is a contract audit. So we will be speaking to, I'm not going to say it's CERTIC, but a particular auditing company to audit our contract firstly before we look at the chain getting audited. But before the chain goes live to mainnet, it'll be fully audited, stamped up, and ready to go.
And I'm assuming on Lee's question that you'd rather not say who until it's out there, correct?
We've not announced who that is to our general community, which there's quite a lot of them in here, so we've not announced it to them as yet.
Fair is fair. Lee has asked your question. I believe you're a typer, so feel free if you have a second up question. Any other questions?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's just I'm listening and working at the same time, which is why I put it in the group. Yeah, it was the chain audit that I was thinking about there. It seems we got somewhere close with Certic though, so it's obviously been discussed.
Maybe not.
You never know. You never know. You never know.
Okay, so but I understand you've answered it perfectly well for me. So it's still early stages yet. You want to try and break it down first, and then you're going to get you guys into audit the L1.
Absolutely. There's no point auditing something that still has things that needs to be put on it, still needs to be stress tested and everything else. We need to do our auditing in a way with the developers before we put it out. But that like I say, before we go to mainnet, that will all be done. We would never press the main button without that full certification.
Cool. So would you be looking at like a series of sort of bug bounties and hackathons and things like that beforehand to stress test it?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. Okay. Which obviously brings in more eyes to the project anyway. So it's kind of like a double bubble kind of thing, isn't it?
Okay, perfect. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well, we're well over time. We'll give it a couple seconds, I'd say. Seconds for any other questions. I cannot read any questions from your team members.
Can I ask you a question?
I guess wait, I have a question right here. Or unless somebody was speaking. Speakers get to go first.
Can I
Joji? Yeah. Go ahead.
I just wanted to find out what's the plan or the strategy to get businesses and merchants to adopt VSG. Like, have you guys thought about how you're going to approach that?
So I kind of heard most of it. I think he's asking about the strategy for us to get businesses to adopt VSG. So what we've not really spoke about in this AMA is the other team members that we've got. One of the other team members that we do have is Oz Sultan. He's an ex-politician in a way. He's been around blockchain since 2014. And he's got a lot of connections, very, very deep-rooted connections in the American and Asian markets. And he will provide doors for us to open to get into for this kind of adoption. His actual title is VP of Enterprises for VSC. So it's his whole job just to bring businesses to use our blockchain. But, the thing is, because of the way the blockchain's built, that it's EVM Cosmos compatible with a flat rate fee, it's very attractive to businesses because they know what they're getting, and it's very, inoperable between chains and everything else. So it's his job to literally go out there and sell our products. But the good thing about Oz is he's already well connected in billion-dollar businesses that he can go and speak to. So, he's sometimes in this industry, it's not what you know, it is who you know.
Does that answer your question, Mo?
Yeah, that was perfect. Because I know it's really difficult to get people to adopt your token. It's who you know.
Look, you're not wrong. You're not wrong in any way. But it's how you set yourself up to be able to approach these businesses, and understanding what makes them tick. And this is where Oz will come in and kind of whip that up. There's things that we've already discussed, to be fair, that we can't really discuss in open chats due to NDAs and everything else. So we've already got headway with it. It's not a case of something that we're going to be doing in the future. It's something that we're already doing.
Yeah, and I just add a little bit, the fact that we're more of a grassroots project that we kind of built up ourselves over time. We were heavily supported by our community through the development period. Traditionally, I think projects like ours would be more capital oriented, more concerned about going out and raising funds and things like that, rather than focusing on the development and the strategies and all that kind of stuff. And then I think they would take VC funding and all that kind of stuff, and then just pay people to kind of do each compartmentalized department for the project. Whereas we're building together from the ground up, and we're building as a community. Like even though our development team and our team members are in the background doing things on their own, we're also very active in the community. When the community makes suggestions, we take it seriously. We go back to the table with absolutely everything that comes through those channels, and we come up with new strategies and things to adjust, because overall we're trying to make the user experience seamless and comfortable, and some place where people want to be to trade and do things. So if people have suggestions and stuff like that, those opportunities don't really come up with these other types of projects. Their strategy is based on whatever their VC funder says it needs to be, whereas we have that ability to kind of be a little more fluid and do things as we grow and as we go.
Exactly. Ever-changing market, you have to adapt to it and not get beat by it, for sure. Does that answer your question, Mo?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Wunderbar, as we say in Deutschland. I'm not from there, but that's how they say it. Other questions? I saw Alicia was in here, had a question, but I see he dropped out. Omar has a written question. So if there's no more speakers, I'll read out Omar's written question coming up. All right, so from Omar, is your project compatible with other blockchains or protocols? How does this enhance its potential or growth and adoption?
I'll let you take that one, Jason. That's more of a you question.
All right, I hate to do it, but I do have to ask you to please repeat. I didn't hear it. It's the 1 second that I turned my head, for distraction here.
On my way. So is your project compatible with other blockchains or protocols? How does this enhance its potential for growth and adoption?
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, we do have the unique feature of the flat rate gas fee, which we're the first blockchain to be able to kind of do that, which, there's a lot of things behind it, which is beneficial for the overall user. But with the inoperability between the EVM and Cosmos, it allows us to scale that much further. And the not having the variable gas is going to be attractive to developers on other chains, both in the EVM space and in the Cosmos space. Our wallet has unique structure. We're going to be able to store different types of tokens and token contracts and things on chain. There's our bridging solutions are a little different than the typical solutions because we're utilizing both those networks. So, overall scalability, future growth, just the fact being able to reach more than one, it obviously, you're just kind of doubling your chances. You know what I mean?
All right, Omar, does that answer your question, or does Whitaker want to add anything to it? Both. Double question.
Yeah, I think Jason pretty much covered it all there.
Awesome. For any last minute questions, I'll give, let's say, 5 seconds on VC, and then you have extra seconds for little last minute questions I have for you guys. All right. I don't know. That was probably 4 seconds. I'm a stickler for time. A quick question. The amount of team members on the team.
Yeah, so the actual number right now, I think, is
Hold on.
getting up.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I'll find out. We've got core team members, and then we've got other team members. But it's showing 15 at the moment. So, but that's including a few marketing team members as well.
yeah,
We're also
we have
including your dev team too. Your new developers onboarded.
Sorry?
yeah. So our back end developers, some people are aware. They came over from Lunaterra to come and work with us. One of them was part of the fixing after the depegging and the kind of disaster that they had over there. So very security minded individual. These guys are super thorough when it comes to their coding. Like, I'm a full stack developer myself, so when I see their capability and the structure that they have in their writing, and everything is nice and clean and easy to reference and things. So super happy with our back end development team. I do some of the on-chain development. We have a few other on-chain developers in the background that have been there assisting with a few things in the past like couple weeks. We have some of our marketing department and some business consultants and things like that, and myself and Whitaker, and the team just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger as we move forward. Even since we brought Oz on, it was me, Whitaker, Oz, and another individual, Ravi, and kind of on the marketing side of stuff. And then now we have like a full team there that's like helping us. And we just onboarded a bunch of Web3 marketers that are now there helping us. And so like day by day, it seems, we are scooping up one or two individuals and growing consistently over the past few weeks. It's really started accelerating with the new brand identity.
I like it. I'm just gonna throw in a pun, full stack like pancakes, but also so with everybody, sorry, it's so random, but with everybody involved, what number would you say? So like with every participating party, are we looking at 25, 30? Are we still looking at 15 with some
Right now, I think there's between 15 and 18. But I expect by the time we do get to that mainnet stage that there's probably that number is probably going to double by then.
Well, so what tends to happen is you bring on a new team member, and then they have their connections that do a different job, and then you speak to them, and then they come on the team, and that's how it grows. Do you know what I mean? It's a case of you take what's around you, and you grow with it, and it leads you in like a spider path. So, that's how you have to build a team. You have to build a team on trust. You bring one trusted member on, they've then got one that they trust, and so on and so on and so on. So that's how teams kind of grow, and we're seeing it in VSC now. And I have no doubt in my mind we probably by mid next year we'll be a team of probably 30 or 40 people, all working towards a common goal of making this one of the best blockchains out there.
awesome sauce. That is the only question I missed. Is there any, so I did this last time. Maybe you like it. Is there any closing statements that you both would like to do for the listeners now and the listeners of the recording? Or would you like me to do a summary closing statement of hype? Like end of a Rick and Morty episode type of thing.
I'll give a little bit of a statement. If anyone that is wanting to invest tomorrow, please do so, but understand this is a long-term project. This is something that you can invest in and you can move forward with. We've got a bull run coming up. It's probably one of the best times that you can invest in a new L1 solution. You've got a great team here to invest in, and we'll do our absolute best for you.
Yeah, and I'll just add a little closing. You know, tomorrow's a big day for us with the Uniswap pair going live again. There's going to be a lot of excitement around that, but then it's like we're back to that grindstone, right? So the best place for anybody, you know, to come and learn more. We all talk about investments and things like this. You know, we want you to look into our project and, you know, don't just take our word for it. Like, come join the community, ask members, you know, that are in there, questions that you may have. We have information available. We have a white paper. We have the website. It has a lot of updates that are actually going to be going on there over the next couple of days. Our foundation site is also going to be going live, which is going to have a lot of information geared towards the chain. You know, and again, just come be active in the community and learn what we're about. Tomorrow is the main launch day, you know, so a lot of people are going to get in then, but if you don't, you know, this is a long-term project. We are here to build over the next coming years, and we're not something that we're just here and waiting to hit that God candle and then dipping out, right? So we're here building day by day and growing. So we hope to see you guys all over in our community.
Awesome. Killed it, guys. So I have a question for you. Would you like to choose that winner here on VC right here, right now? You guys will be the deciding factors. I am biased. Or would you rather do it over DM?
My vote goes for Mad Max. I liked his question. It was really good.
My vote goes for whatever Whitaker votes for. So Mad Max, congratulations, sir.
Congratulations,
Well done,
Mad
Matt.
Max.
And now the holder of
thank you.
NFT. Yeah, just
we did mention that if you've got an NFT, you have to buy VSG. We did say that, didn't we?
Yeah, I think that was part of it. At least a 1% wallet. I think that was what it was. Was it? Yeah, no, just make sure to DM one of us your wallet, and we'll get that NFT out to you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Gonna do that now, man. Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, I have one final question. Did you want me to do a summarizing Rick and Morty episode closing statement for you, or should we leave it at this?
Of course.
Say thank you.
I have to hear that. I really do. I'm excited.
It's not an impression.
All right. Okay.
Please
Keep it
do it in an impression.
All right.
Okay. The pressure is on. Okay, so guys, so you've seen it here. You've seen it now. The first launch was in December, and that went started at 250K, went to 39 million. Now we are here now, whatever date it is now, whatever day you think it is, whatever timeline we're in. It is the new VSG, and that is the G that will lead to VSC. So there's going to be so much more improvements going forward. You can expect a 10 billion supply with 28% reserved for their chain VSC, 26% to development, and it will be a 0% buy and sell tax after all limits have been taken off, gone. Now you guys got me in my head about Rick and Morty. The short-term marketing that you can expect is PR company is already confirmed for the last 2 weeks. They're going to kick it off at launch. News articles will not only be daily, they will be weekly, monthly, trending, Dex Screener, Dex Tools. They already know how to do that organically. Constant marketing, AMA tours. We're looking at hackathons, cartoon project collaborations with celebrity endorsements, potentials, Web 2 and Web 3 marketing, Chill until I die. Full wrap on a race car. You're looking at third-party developer stakers, yield farming, blockchain testnet, ATM members, new reward structures. We're looking at lending protocol, borrowing protocol, a DAO. We're looking at MADX as the winner of the NFTs. The NFTs are live. The first two tiers are already sold out. What a great movement to momentum to push the project forward even before V2 has been launched, with a lot more to come. Let the product speak for itself. The team has 15 members ready to go. They're going to be doing what they did before and more. So again, the first project started at $250,000 market cap. Sounds like a lot. No, the ATH was 39 million. And now number two, I'm happy to see what's to come. So tune in tomorrow, September 5th. The time is not disclosed. If I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong. Keep your eyes on it. Find your entry and get ready for gains. But get ready to hold and get ready to be involved.
Absolutely.
Wow,
Well done,
that's
sir.
just bullish as all hell.
That was fucking good. Well on, sir.
Thanks, Morty. I have notes. I have a cheat sheet. Awesome to have you guys. Jason Whitaker, it's been a pleasure. Feel free to reach out to myself or Sir for any type of question, tips, comments, anything that you guys may need from us. We're happy to have you guys. And we wish you the best tomorrow. You know, keep the stress levels low. You've done it once, you can do it again. You've done it before. Everything's nice and easy. Don't let the Jeets take control. And I wish you guys a fruitful success going forward. I'll be there.
Thank you very
Nice.
much.
Really, really appreciate it. And again, thanks to COT for having us over here. There you go.
Absolutely. You guys are welcome back anytime. You just reach out to Sir and he'll get it arranged for you.
Will do,
Awesome.
sir. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
everybody. And
Have a nice
Sure. Good
evening.
luck tomorrow, guys.
see you at VSG Portal. Let's fucking go.
Fucking good.
All right, you guys take care and good luck.